and welcome to today's episode of Beyond the Pedal. Now, it has been a hot minute since I've added some content on the channel, but as many of you will know, me and Mrs. BTP have brought baby BTP into the world, and we needed something more than the 1 Series. As ever faithful as it was and always reliable, we need something a bit bigger with 5 doors and something a bit more, which is why I'm talking about today the Mercedes C200 2014 to 2018 Whiskey 205 for all you people that love the numbers out there as well. Yep, here it is, the C200 AMG Line, and I'm here to tell you all about it, why I bought it. So, without further ado, a few shots of the car from the outside and how incredible it looks, and let's go and have a little chat about the inside. Here we go. Right, here we are, inside the Mercedes C200 AMG C-Class Whiskey 205, for all, like I say, for those who love your numbers. So, why the Mercedes C-Class, I hear you ask? It wasn't even something that I'd spoke about as my new daily in any sort of like social media references or anything. Well, there was a few options. Naturally, there was the BMW 3 Series, the Audi A4, the Jaguar XE, and all of them, whilst lovely, I just felt there was something missing from them until I stumbled across the C-Class. And obviously we had to meet a certain criteria, as like I say, baby BTP is in the world now. And of course, when we're on long distance journeys and traveling around doing all sorts of bits and pieces, we need plenty of room for the little one in the back and their kit. And to be honest with you, the Mercedes C-Class fit every single bill. That means it needed to be safe, have 5 doors, have permanent ISOFIX seats, comfortable, and of course something that Mrs. BTP would be happy to be seen in, because God forbid I had something chavvy like a 335i or something along those lines, as she would call it. So this is why we have the Mercedes C-Class. It ticked all the boxes and she was very pleased when I brought this thing home. So yeah, that's the main reason why. But also as well, like I say, it has everything I could possibly want this car to have. And I want to start off with the interior of this car, because it is absolutely beautiful. Just, it's Mercedes at its finest in the C-Class. Everything feels exclusive, it feels premier, it feels like a really nice place to be. I'm not saying the 1 Series was a bad place, because again, it was fantastic, but this, coming into this, it just feels like a whole new car. Everything is, like I say, it's beautiful. This leather stitching everywhere, the brushed aluminium, the piano black center console, the way the steering wheel feels and looks really, really well made. The fact that the infotainment screen, something that I thought I was not going to like, as I've seen many of it on the A45 or the A-Class, it just looks like it's been thrown on there. But in the C-Class, it just fits beautifully. And I'm actually really, really pleased with it. It looks really, really nice, and I like the way it looks inside the car. Something I really thought I was going to struggle with, and that's probably what put me off Mercedes at first, was that infotainment screen. But actually, the more I've been in the car, the more I've got used to it. I really like it. Coming across the rest of the, the car, so you've got loads of storage bins everywhere. There's plenty of space. This center console's got everything. Just fit your whole world in there, no problems whatsoever. The area where you're going to have your hands, this odd looking control section with the dials that work the infotainment system, which I really like, and the navigation works really, really well. All built into the car that I'm going to worry about. Maybe during an update perhaps from Mercedes, but that's a later conversation. Cup holders inside, loads of cable opportunities, Bluetooth available as well from your infotainment system. Like I say, storage bins. Does it pass the water bottle Ironman test? Yes, it does. It fits down there nicely. There's your little like storage netting down the bottom there. That's also really nice. And in the back, it's the same story. Plenty of space, plenty of comfort, plenty of luxury. Moving swiftly on from luxury, of course, these really nice seats. Leather seats, fully heated and fully electronic as well. You can want for nothing in this car. Honestly, you want for nothing. Fully adjustable. And I'm talking every single angle, groove, direction you want it to go, these seats will get you there. And if you can't find comfort in this car, well, I don't know what you're doing with yourself, because generally these seats are super comfortable. I've done loads of miles in them and I've got the adjustment absolutely on the money where I want it to be. And like I say, I spent a lot of time in this car and I'm happy, more than happy, to be able to just sit in it. The Audi, as an example, is just super bland and super boring. I get it, they're great cars, but I want it, if I'm going to be in somewhere for a long period of time, I want it to look and feel great, which this car absolutely does. Anyway, I think I've kind of stressed the point that inside this car, it is exclusive, it's exquisite, it's premier, it's lovely, it's exactly what it to be, and everything inside fits the bill for Mrs. BTP and baby BTP as well. So, enough of that. I think it's time to start up the engine and go for a little drive. Here we go. So, here we are driving along quite beautifully in our C-Class, as it were, and the comfort and the ride quality continues whilst driving. One thing I will say, which kind of caught me by surprise when I first bought this car, is gear selection and changing gears, if you will. Generally, you'll find that in most automatics, there's something in the center part here that allows you to go through your gears. No, my friends. Not on the Mercedes C-Class. It's right here on the right hand side. There's a stalk, like an indicator stalk, but a gear selector stalk that allows you to go reverse, neutral and drive, and of course hit these beautiful little paddle shifters, if you will, and you can go into a little bit of a paddle shift Formula 1-esque experience of your drive, which is really great fun. Took me by surprise at first, I won't lie, but it's something I really enjoy working with. Like I say, driving wise, it's really comfortable. And there's 5 different driver modes. First of all, you've got your classic Eco. You've got Comfort, which again, just gonna go by these horses. Nice and chilled out. Luckily it's not a raging C63 that I'm driving, eh? Okay, like I say, 5 different driving modes. First of all, Eco. This gives you the maximum of engine efficiency, comfort, etc, for when you're on your long journeys. Comfort, again, not quite as economical, but a bit more efficient around town, if you will, and just allows you to be a bit more throttle responsive. Then you've got Sport and Sport Plus. This really kind of brings the car to life. The suspension tightens up, the steering tightens up, the throttle response is absolutely on point and it's there when you need it. And then of course you've got Individual. Individual really means that you can kind of set it up however you want. So flicking through each of the settings to give you like either Sport, Eco or Comfort. Me, I leave it in Individual. I like to have it on the sort of the setup of it being a sporty steering and suspension. Yeah, I don't want it to be like rinsing my fuel by having it in that well, in sport setting. So I leave it in Comfort. But what it does allow me to, when I've got it in Individual, it allows me to flick it down into Sport Plus, then if I really want to, put it into manual and just kind of enjoy a bit more of a drive. So I can just go down the gears, flick down. Oh man, the car, it just feels really planted when you want it to be. Oh man, it feels planted. It's a really torquey engine. It is a 2-litre turbocharged engine, putting around about 180, I think it is, brake horsepower. My goodness, and I tell you what, it is torquey when you want it to be. Feels great as you're driving along, and if you you know, you want to have a blast in it, you can. It's not the fastest car in the world by any stretch of the imagination. However, if you want a little bit of fun on the country lanes, the C200 will give it to you. And like I say, there is back in Individual, back into drive, and it's back to being nice and chilled out. Yeah, it's just back to being nice and chilled out. But like I say, it's a C200, it's a 2-litre turbocharged engine, so there is plenty of tuning potential, which is another reason why I bought this car. There's plenty of aftermarket parts available, you know, remappings available, exhaust available to it. So for me, I get my kicks out of this whole YouTube journey by having so many videos to come, so much content to come of doing stuff to this car, which I'm really looking forward to doing. But driving wise, this car does it both. You can have plenty of fun when you want to, and you can just drive comfortably when you want to as well. So when you want to just chill out, enjoy your drive, it delivers every time. If you want a little bit of fun, have a bit of a back road, B-road back blast, this car also does it as well. So yeah, is there really much more to say on the C200? We've talked about the interior, we've talked about, I suppose we haven't really talked about the outside, as you've already probably seen from some of those shots. I really like the way the C200 looks, sorry, the C-Class in general, the newer C-Class, the Whiskey 205. I loved the Whiskey 204, that boxy shape was really impressive. Especially the C63, which I think is one of the most iconic looking, AMG performance cars of our time. This one is a bit more subtle. Like you say, it's more curvature, it's got curves, and I like that. For me, like I say, the C63 and C43 versions of this, a little bit out of my price range, hence why I went with the C200, but I still think, with the right styling packages, especially the AMG line, that's the one you want. Styling wise, on the exterior, it looks fantastic. And also with that as well, you've got climate control, cruise control, like I say, heated seats, the panoramic roof on top as well. It's got everything you could possibly want and more. It really has, which is why I chose the C-Class as well. I don't think you see as many of them on the road, although saying that, I now see more C-Classes more than ever, because, why wouldn't you? But yeah, for me, the C-Class is the one. Like I say, it does both. It's lovely when you want it to be. It's got a nice bit of road presence. It looks nice when you turn it to places. Mrs. BTP likes it, which is the obvious reason why I bought it. And if you want to have a little bit of fun, want to be a little bit of a hooligan, you can be. You can really chuck it into the corners and enjoy a good quality drive, as you probably just saw back there. But yeah, I don't think there's much more to say on this really. It's only a short and sweet video episode. We're just getting back into it all. So to be honest with you guys, I think I'm going to love you and leave you there for this episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed this short episode. While it was short, I understand, but there is going to be plenty of content to come on this car with simple modifications, remaps on the way, and other bits and pieces, but I don't want to give away too much. So yes, the C-Class. If you want something that's a little bit more than a BMW or an Audi, you want something that you can enjoy to be both an exclusive and have a premier feel about it, but also let it take you where you want it to go in a nice bit of speed and style, this is, without a question, the car for you. Anyway guys, that's me. I'm going to go find a nice little B-road to go blast around on again. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. As always, it's good to hear your feedback. And yeah, that's enough from me rambling on. So I will leave you with a little bit of B-road enjoyment. I will see you guys on the next one. So that's me signing off for now. Yeah, see you on the next one. Bye bye.